You can craft a +1 beat stick into a +1 fiery.
Assuming I make a DC 20 check.
Correct. You can take 10.
I have a +9.
You have Crafter's Fortune, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, to fast craft that would be DC 25. And you have a +9 with Crafter's Fortune as a +14. So you can take 10 to fast craft, but you can roll and do this in 12 hours. A crafting day doing nothing else is a 16-hour day.
Wait, roll? Oh, what if I can't? I can't take 10 on a fast craft, can I?
Well, because you can't automatically make it. If you took 10, you get 24.
Okay. Do you ask for anything?
Yeah, ask them. Well, I have +4. I have +4 tools. Crafter's Fortune gives me +5. I'll ask for. Do you have any better tools? I could ask him better than these. I show him my tools.
You have +4 tools?
I have +4 tools.
Grade tools.
These are they do not have better tools.
The only way they could be better is you could put the competence bonus on top of the superior grade and end up with like +14 tools or something like that.
Right.
Yes.
Now they don't currently have better tools than this available, or they're not providing you with the better tools if they have them.
In 2 days, you could craft one of these things. It's not bad. Here's your $8,000 magic item for sailing with us for 2 days. Is not a bad trade. You're one dude. You're doing it at a rate that most people can't.
For most people, it's a week.
Yeah. If I had slightly better tools, I can make these much faster. I'll start on it, sir. I roll. If I roll that fuck up, it's not good. Don't we like lose?
Your burning thing just you hit something, it explodes.
Yeah, that's not good. So I'll take the safe way out and just do it at 24 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a second. Give me so.
Is there anything else I can do to boost it? Like if I have skill check. Oh, there's a spell that helps with skill checks.
True skill. If Sun Wu was with you, then yes.
Crafter's Fortune.
Sun Wu was the one that would help you with this.
Yeah, no, but there's a spell that helps with.
It's called True Skill.
No, I know, but like another basic spell, like something like not divine power, but.
Are you thinking guidance?
I don't think. Yeah, but I can't time that. It's like a guidance can be used for that. Yeah, but.
Yeah, guidance lasts for a minute, so.
Until discharged. Boop. I don't know if Adam will let that fly.
Guidance being used to
get a +1.
To get a +1? No, that doesn't work. You could ask for somebody to like a pair of hands to help you.
Yeah, Lieutenant, is it possible to provide someone to give me a hand?
You need an assistant.
Yes.
You need an assistant, eh?
Yes, please.
That'll mean
do as much as I can.
That'll mean the difference between 1 staff and 2 in 2 days.
Well, no, it'd take me 12 hours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's 36 hours.
You still sleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Okay. Yeah. They bring you an assistant. There's an old man who named Chappie.
All right, Master Craftsman Chappie. Let's get to it.
He does seem to have like Sodak. This man is a worshiper of Gond, and he does recognize your like he calls you sergeant immediately without you introducing yourself as a sergeant. Like he's able to read your livery. Sorry.
I'll give him a respectful religious salute to somebody who's older.
Sergeant.
And we'll get to work.
And he is loading a shotgun. He has a firearm on him.
Sodak nods in approval.
Yeah, old warrior of some sort, craftsman. He's able to give you an aid. He's giving you a +2 aid.
Perfect. So we can craft in 12 hours.
Nice. Crank out one a day. Boop. Now, why aren't you doing that for us?
That's funny. We can have a group of a troop of +1 fiery or whatever.
Okay, that's what you're working on. We'll go over to the other ship. You've got this seer, the seer of Astitia aboard your ship. Who are you? What are you doing with him? What are you trying to get for information from him? Or
give me a second. I'm trying to finish my note here. They were called the Tide-Reavers. Okay, I'm just keeping track of Sodak's crafting time. He is not working on our shit. He's working on
he's working on another faction's stiff.
Yep, that's fine. They outnumber us. Okay, so what are we trying to get out of him? Well, Molgromere at first is just going to make sure that he's comfortable in his quarters.
Okay. Where do you put him in the private sanctum?
Yep.
Okay. The one thing he asks for is for a bucket of seawater.
Yeah, that's fine. He'll get someone to fetch it for him.
Okay. You see him like putting his like anointing himself in the seawater. He's doing it as a religious ceremony. It does seem to refresh him.
Molgromere understands. He has gills. I bet she applies cream to keep the gills
from chafing.
Yep.
This is an interesting ship you have here, Captain Molgromere.
It is new. Well, reclaimed from the sea.
Stacia took it once. You'll take it again at some point. It takes everything.
Not unless those dolphin-worshipping elk things have their way. None of us will be on the water anymore.
Those who interfere are doomed to decay. Stacia is the barrier between. They will not succeed. And if they do, it will be bad for everybody.
The last thing we want, I think, is the 101 captains to be battling with the Tide-Reavers while we've got such an enemy that we know very little about.
It is very true. The 101 free captains are, forgive my arrogance, but misinterpret what it is to be on the sea. They are 1 foot in the land, 1 foot on the sea.
Boats are made of wood. Wood grow on the land. Most of them are from the land. It's logical. Rarely is anything in life pure.
Some of this looks like Rickety's handiwork.
You've got the keen eye.
I have seen a vessel or two in my day. Rickety knows things. He is a good man. He's using the word good in a different way.
Yep.
People like he uses good as in like effective at accomplishing his goals. It's
Well, while one or two of your boats might be able to resupply at the Squibs, I doubt your entire fleet would be. It is why I suggest Bloodcove.
Bloodcove is an interesting place. Say you have friends with the Castellani there. That might be helpful for us.
We shall see how deep those waters run.
Yeah, the waters sometimes get diverted by gold when the time comes, right? But truly, blood is what matters.
Molgromere seems to be keeping his cards close to his chest. Like he'll not really talk about anything more at this point. He's definitely not mentioning he's never met the Castellan.
No, I know a guy at the front desk. He gives me assignments once in a while. Do you know the Queen? I talked to a cop once.
I talked to a guy who gave us lots of money.
Yep, that's true. Yep. Yeah. So,
and I'm sure Gaetano can charm his way through a few rings of guards to get you into the right place.
100%. Mr. Sebastian.
Well, it's just Sebastian. Although Mr. is fine.
So you say you know of one who is smarter than you?
Oh, yes. He is not of this world any longer. An imperial wizard that had the wisdom to create me. Well, not create me, but give me an extra little push.
How come you know so much about our enemies?
Well,
our joint enemies.
Molgromere is lucky number 13. I've been with many captains before. I've read much, I've seen much, I've heard much, and I sussed out all the rest.
Were you with your captain when you were at the Squibs?
Yes.
He's looking to Molgromere.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
I'm certain you would have learned the secret of the Squibs while you were there. Why it is neutral territory.
Oh, yes, the horrible thing that lives in the deep.
I wonder what our friends will think of those.
Well, certainly they will not like them very much. Nor will they like the Nagas and what they worship. Let us hope that it doesn't come to... What was his name?
Marty's losing. The name of the thing that was under the Squibs.
Oh.
The awakening of...
Chathat.
What's that?
Cathat. It's Cathat and Thog.
Oh, yeah.
Let us hope that Cathat and Thog need not be awakened to battle a giant dolphin lady thing.
Estitia sits in between the two, making everything acceptable for us. Waters came first, before all the other elements. Waters is where life comes from. Water is important.
Okay, Sebastian doesn't argue with the guy, although he's thinking a little bit deeper about what was there before the elements.
I think there was void before the elements. Some people consider void an element. Some are distinctly, by definition, the lack thereof. But nothing came first. But there were things in the nothing. I suspect that Thog and Shakat are tadpoles of those things that swam around the voids before the god, before
in the waters of creation.
If you wish to flower up the language so you can understand such concepts, then very well.
Istitia grants purity to the water, makes it neutral, uncaring. Correct.
Oh, yes, but the things that I am talking about, the great-grandfathers of Thog and so on, are likely things that corrupt the very essence of creation. While they swim within it, yes, Istitia is Lord of the Sea, they are interlopers, as you would. Or they were here from the beginning and think that they owned everything.
If you try to go beyond Istitia, there is only change. Don't want too much change. Things should be the way they are.
But water is a vessel for change.
It is.
Life is change, is it not? Do not the waters and the waves and the tides change the coastlines, erode mountains?
They certainly do.
The waters that fall down on fields definitely cause the fields to grow and all the things on the land. Waters change.
But water is always water.
Well, I suppose from a fundamental level, yes, but one could say rock is always rock, or fire is always fire.
Water is neutral. Water is not happy. Water is not sad. Water is not vengeful.
Be like water. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
She wants water to be happy. They want water to be chaos. He wants water to be water.
I see. They want it to be chaos and corrupted. Mm-hmm.
They want water to be not water.
Correct.
She wants water to be happy. Happy water is not water. Happy water
I think
is
she wants the creatures in the water to be happy, whereas the oogie boogie things that are sleeping might corrupt the water itself. There is a subtle difference.
How many oogie boogie things are there?
So, many. Here on this world?
Sebastian will take an educated guess. Knowledge planes. 27.
27. Okay. Knowledge engineering.
Nope.
Engineering. We did take 25.
No, it's not something that I have done thorough research in, but off the top of my head.
You can describe like 20 different like oogie boogie pre-creation things.
I could 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, probably a score.
You wouldn't get a lot of their names, but you know of
I can describe the general demeanors and those briefest descriptions. These things are things of madness, however.
There's a bunch that aren't necessarily like water-based. He seems to only talk about the ones in the water, but there's some that are in like stones, and some that are in like volcanoes, and there's some that are in crystals.
Sebastian prattles on as he does.
Okay.
Now, you'd ask yourself why would I be concerned about something in stone, but these things are not caring about the divisions between elements. In fact, they would corrupt all things that are around them. You seem to have a fascination with things that would drive you insane.
His eyes blink out of sync.
Sebastian's eyes are bulging and moving around independently too.
And what would you theorize, Master Sebastian?
Oh, it's Master now. It went from Mr. to Master. Did you notice that, Captain?
I did. I think he likes you.
Would you postulate, if you had to postulate, what would bring back a dead god and make her also vengeful?
What would bring her back and make her vengeful? Well, being almost dead probably changed your worldview. That seems to be rather simple. She was caring and kind and wanted to spread goodness that way. Perhaps she's decided she wants to spread goodness by the sword. There is a threshold, however, that one wonders how much sword before she's no longer good. But if she's driven mad, I understand that gods receive their powers from, well, worship. You should understand that, priest. But also by the strength of the thing that they represent. Maybe she's angry. Maybe she's had a change of heart. Now, what would bring back a god? Well, presuming that they can die, perhaps it's the presence of those who believe in her? Or, like some thing, perhaps she was trapped somewhere? A god's soul, if you will?
And what would you say it would empower one who worships something similar to her? Why would her presence change things?
Well, gods normally live on the upper and lower planes, some of them in the elemental planes. It would be very, very interesting if the god was actually here. Perhaps in a diminished form, she's looking for a new home. Or perhaps she simply sent her avatar. If she is weak, then it could be very well her last manifestation. Maybe she's here for one more push. Or maybe she's here for some vengeance or some quest.
You are obviously a caster and some sort of mind mage.
Oh, obviously? No, not obviously. To one who casts divinations and has rude looks at people, sure.
Oh, secret conversations aren't rude. Right in front of other people having little mind talks.
Sebastian's like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Have you tried preparing or casting any of your spells that be blessed by Estitia or Trishina since she fell?
Have I tried casting any of my arcane spells? Yes.
sure, Sebastian cast something, unless he hasn't yet.
Do you have any spells with the water subtype?
Yeah, he's got a spell called Water Bubble, which is air bubble, but water.
Okay.
Give me a moment.
You'll cast Water Bubble.
Okay, it feels more potent than it did before.
Oh. In what way?
It's +1 caster level.
Oh. Oh my.
You're in a water-aligned plane.
Okay, he'll swim up to the top of the bowl and just stick his head out and his little bubble of water around him.
There appears to be some sort of boosting of this watery spell.
There is something wrong in the eye.
Perhaps she is, well, if I understand gods and their domains correctly, There can be multiple gods that claim the same domain of powers. For example, there are many evil gods that claim that they are evil.
he's paying full attention.
There could be many gods that claim that they are Lord of Water. Even though there is a Lord of Water, there are other gods that are watery gods, who grant their powers of wateriness. So, perhaps there's a rift to the elemental plane of water down there. Or perhaps the goddess is exerting her dominance over water, which might anchor people such as you. Or perhaps she's nestling in to make herself a new home. Maybe the other elven gods do not like the fact that she's going to be good through the sword. Doesn't sound very elven of her. They should be fighting orcs and stuff, not pirates.
Elves are a warrior species.
True.
Raktarak has had many visitors. he's looking at Molgromere. Many visitors upon her back.
Molgromere shrugs. Molgromere's a half-orc, so...
Yep.
Yes. Imperials, orcs, humans. I suppose even at one point the dwarves visited here. They likely weren't created here.
He begins drawing on your map.
Okay, Molgromere's paying attention. Sebastian will also look.
He is drawing like in the center of the Eye of Fathoms, he's drawing a waterfall.
What is this?
That's what I saw in the eye.
You've looked into the Eye of Fathoms?
I have been blessed with sight, and when I came so close in the storm, this is what I saw. Shining water, pouring. Pouring now, pouring later.
Perhaps this is the rift. Perhaps this is her way home. Perhaps she is just simply using something that was there before, or perhaps she's made something new. The Eye of Fathoms is a great watery nexus. Makes sense that a god that claims some mastery over water might use that as a focus. She definitely affected the Eye of Fathoms. We got pulled 2 or 3 days out to sea at a rapid pace. I suspect that happened to your flotilla as well, given the number of damaged ships that you have and your need for earthbound resources.
We will discuss this when we are closer to Bloodcove, but the contact for resource trades, we need magic. That is what we'll be looking for.
What sort of magic?
Preferably fiery. It looks like it's a distasteful word.
No? What sort of fire magic do you need?
Anything that'll burn.
What for?
To burn.
Molgromere shrugs. Every boat captain, every pirate, every merchant ship would want something that burns. It's a more specific reason.
Perhaps it's to fuel those very smoky ships out there.
He doesn't confirm nor deny the statement. He's staying pretty stone-faced on it. It's to burn.
Interesting design.
Well, the To destroy the artifacts of Istitia's enemies. You destroy too many, you have no artifacts left to destroy. You must blaspheme yourself to create. It is a horrible fate to become the blasphemer who must make the fire.
Mm-hmm. So Astitia doesn't like you casting fire spells, but you still need to cast fire spells. Then you wash yourself in the atonement waters. Very practical use of your powers, priest. I commend you.
Hey, you can see him almost reflexively cleansing himself with the seawater.
Leave him alone. As we said before, rarely in anything of all creation it remains pure. We live upon a world that is a mixture of elements.
It is ill time. It is a time of great change. I don't want to have to fucking kill dolphins.
Is that what the seer says?
That's what the seer says.
Bang!
Well, if they're giant dolphins with teeth that are trying to bore holes into your ships, you might not have a choice. Might not have a choice. Or you could join them. Ask the druids to reincarnate you as as a sea elf and join their crusade.
There's like a very humorless kind of... He's got that face of like, oh, the horrors I've seen. Yeah, I'm not being accepted by angel elves. There ain't no bucket of seawater going to atone that shit.
It would be a horrible idea as a Molgromere. I don't want to be a sea elf.
Okay. Ahmed.
My
give
man.
me a percentile roll. You're my favorite.
Fuck. Last time I did this, real bad shit happened. 22.
Okay, I will roll the rest.
Roll your own fucking eyes.
Do it yourself. Okay, Molgromere, at one point, there was a ship on the horizon. The Tide-Reaver armada sent off one of its sailing ships and one of its these tugs these steam tugs to go and diplomacy with it in a similar fashion to that was done with you.
Mm-hmm.
Does that cause any concern?
No, I think Molgromere is kind of tunnel vision on getting his Marines back, and then figuring out his approach to approaching the Castellani.
Okay. The end. One day has gone by. You're basically towards the bay outside of Bloodcove, so it's another full day of travel. They do know, like they know. Oh, sorry, Ahmed. Yes.
Sorry.
Your hand up.
Before the day end, after I'm done crafting and I'm about to head out, I do visit their
Not to
sick
head
bay.
out. There's no heading out.
Well, no, go to rest. I'll ask to see their sick bay.
Okay.
And
give me a diplomacy check.
Yes.
Or a charisma check.
I'll talk to the old guy that was.
You can add 4 for helping them build the fuel they use to power their ships. They're non-sailboats. And then you can give me an additional +2 for being a worshiper that is of a god that's in alignment with his own.
Okay, so plus. Is it +6?
That'd be a +6 on top of whatever your diplomacy is.
Oh, fuck.
You're asking for a favor.
I am gun priest.
I am gun priest. Take me to your women and children who are sick. Take me to your birthing chambers now.
10. He was gonna create.
I will gun priest your.
He was gonna basically create. It was basically gonna create food and water, and like leave it outside the.
Right.
He's doing the cleric thing. You know what?
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
the Ahmed clericking.
Yes. Oh, yes. I'm 100% familiar with Ahmed cleric.
He'll do like create food and water, leave it outside, and have people just.
The Ahmed monk version of this would be you mop all the floors.
Mop all the floors, clean the ceilings, pipes, clean dirty toilet.
Dirty toilet, perfect.
Clean the shit out of shit.
All right, so all right.
It's not good enough that you created an 8,000 gold base magic item for them in a day.
There's more work to be done.
This depends on Chappie's charisma. Because Chappie is friendly towards you. He likes you. So it was DC 10. Plus his charisma mod. So I'm going to roll 3d6 for Chappie's charisma mod.
Oh, no.
Hey, done good there, boy. We're asleep. He kind of steers you towards, or where you can bunk with me. It's fine. There's a guard, like a retinue of guards, also following you through. There's several thousand people on this boat, Sodak. There's like 2 layers of civilian population that they're kind of just wheeling you past or wheeling you around.
Sure.
When the seer goes, oh sorry. I think I know what Molgromere is going to do.
Okay.
Is Bloodcove equal to 101 pirates? 101 free captains?
Nope.
Okay. Molgromere is going to write a letter.
Okay.
A series of demands from the...
You holding Bloodcove for ransom? We've got an armada, motherfucker. Suck my armada.
A series of demands between the alliance of Dread Pirate Harrigan and the what is it called? The
Tide-Reavers.
The Tide-Reaver armada.
Yep.
Until our demands are met,
it's like a trade blockade.
There will be a blockade of Bloodcove.
Okay.
Well, Mark, I hope you were proud. We were going to go for some high stakes.
Mark, move over to Mark. Yep.
Dread Pirate Harrigan. like it's gonna be. What did I do? Yeah,
I did what?
Blockaded Bloodcove.
You declared war on Bloodcove. You're playing Civilization and you ransomed Bloodcove. I sue for peace, Bloodcove.
Right, and then he'll get to broker the peace.
Oh, this is this is why we play D&D. Of all of the the machinations on how I thought this would go, suing Bloodcove for peace wasn't one of them. That wasn't on the list. That's awesome. All right.
I don't know. Do you think? I think we could get 50 to 100,000 gold and sail away.
Our ship is dragging its ass in the water from all the gold.
And we sail away, leaving Bloodcove and this fucking for them to deal with it. Like, okay, we signed it over. Here's some money. They don't know that we're trying to get some money out of it. It's just painful, man. It's all good.
It's all just details.
It's all just details.
As long as we hold up our end of the bargain.
There's a big bay we can go and hide in for a while. We've gone down the river.
Okay. The seer has a request towards the end of the first day.
Okay.
He asks if it would be possible to sleep in the bilge.
It's a bit unorthodox.
I tend to find it calming, assuming you don't use it to smuggle little beasties.
No. I don't know if we've de-ratted our bilge. It's a very sensitive spot to have a guest sleep.
I will sleep wherever you prefer me to sleep, although I would prefer to have a connection to Esticia throughout my rest.
Do we have a tub on the boat? A bathtub?
Well, I would know.
I think you got a lobster pot.
No, we sold that.
Oh, you're okay.
You can take one of the barrels. There's got to be like an empty barrel or whatever, and use that.
Yeah, we have one empty barrel.
You just fill that, and there you go, bud. Here you go, bud.
Yeah, it's one of the...
Get your tuna ass in there.
Happy Barnacle. One empty barrel. So one of the big rum barrels. He's going to go over, he's going to bark orders to have the rum barrel brought up to the captain's quarters and then filled with seawater.
He's very happy with this as the compromise. He's going to plunk his ass in the barrel.
Sebastian's bored at this point. Like, he lives in water, so it makes sense.
Okay, Sebastian, give me an intelligence check.
Okay, I do have to read a power that allows him to add things twice. Give me a second. He's got the Molgromere. The Barnabas thing. Is it a knowledge check?
This is more like learning check.
The mind chemist can also use the ability when making an intelligence check to remember something.
So that would be to remember.
Okay. 20 plus 8 plus 8.
Holy shit.
So I only roll a 20 on the check. But
okay, the DC was 20, because for most people that's fucking hard. Through your interactions with this man, you are able to take 1 rank of knowledge local Eye of Fathoms.
Oh, that's awesome. Next time I level, I guess. Or is it a bonus rank?
No, a bonus rank.
That is super awesome.
You can now, you've learned about the storm, things that you would not know from books. As you have discussed from a man who described the storm, drew a picture of what was inside.
Okay, so that 1 rank gives Sebastian a plus 20 in Eye of Fathoms.
On deeper complexion with you resting, you end up having these strange nightmares, Sebastian.
Ooh.
The nightmares that you have, give me a will save.
Ten.
10. You think that you're in like your water. The water in your bowl tastes like salt. And one of your eyes burns whenever you open it. So you're like looking through one eye.
Oh no.
And you see this like this massive cataclysm of like brilliant energy and water pouring down from the sky. You concentrate a little bit on it, and you can actually see where all of the there was this point in this eye of the storm that picked up with massive energy and sucked up all this fluid. After a period of time, it's impossible to count in the dream. It begins to pour out like golden, it's like shining, brilliant colored water, and it just continues to pour and pour. What is Sebastian's alignment? He's neutral.
I believe he is straight neutral. Yep, neutral.
The water that sprays down and like has entered the clouds and the mists burns with a
Holy water?
shame. It like where it touches you, you feel shame. Like you were shameful to have touched it. Like it doesn't make you feel terribly good. Holy water is pretty much it's basically dumping holy water into the sea.
Well, you don't want to be an aquatic pool down there.
You think that give me a perception check.
Sebastian, perception is 32.
You know there's some sort of like space or rift like in the sky. There's a thing in the sky, and and this sort of represents your knowledge, that there's like a land up there as well. Like there's a rift in the plains, and there's some sort of island in the sky that it's like falling from.
And this all looks new, as in likely where the elf lady came from.
Likely where the elf lady came from. At least the water, the island in the sky, you're not certain. That's like you think it kind of looks like one of like the lower sections of maybe. Well, I'll give you Knowledge Plains. You're not like you still have to roll things.
Plains. 22.
It's like all you can see is like the base of some sort of mountain.
Alrighty.
With the failed will save, you didn't get like restful sleep, Sebastian. You're fatigued the next day. You're just grumpy.
Okay.
You had nightmares. And like you wake up in the morning, your fishbowl just feels salty. Like it takes a minute to clear when you wake up.
He's suspicious of other people. And I think we're going to get Rose to help us write the letter.
What am I lying about, sir?
Yeah, exactly.
Shut up and write it. Just lie good.
Rose came from a royal court, so he's probably good at doublespeak. And
yep. Oh yeah, this is very much a, do you have the?
Oh, are we rolling the bluff now, or?
Oh well, if you're crafting the letter, I mean,
yeah,
what is? Do we know what the letter says, or is it something you want to craft offline? Or
no, it's basically saying that we have blockaded the channel.
Alternately, you can give me the gist, and then if we want to write one offline, we can.
Sure.
Like
we blockaded the channel. We will send our representative from Dread Pirate Harrigan to negotiate terms, basically.
Furby.
Okay. What are you putting on as like a seal?
We know what Dread Pirate Harrigan's seal is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have I believe you have an icon of it.
Yep. So we'll use that.
You've got the in case of emergency brake gem thing that's got the.
And it appears that there worship Estitia, so we could also do the holy symbol of Estitia. The god's uncaring. I don't think it cares about whether or not boats.
Okay. All right. Give us the who. Give me. Let's get a roll on this, just so that we have a letter with a. Although it might be funny to do the roll right in front of like the when you deliver the letter, you get to learn how good the letter is.
Yeah. We will have some cohorts helping us because that's what they're there for. So Celissa, being from a lawful, neutral, crazy.
Okay, so you are simply discussing and creating this letter, or describe how you're doing this.
Yeah, we're discussing what should go into the letter and how to write it, and Rose is the one that's writing it.
Okay, and the map is correct?
Yep.
Okay.
We're going to distract the seer with something.
This is where I gave you the... Is the map correct?
We're going to introduce the seer to the people we rescued from the sea and introduce them to the fishermen. The fishermen have a purpose now.
Okay.
And we'll do this back up in the captain's quarters.
Well, because if you're down, like they're both, it's the same private sanctum, so it's one of those things where.
Yep, and then we're gonna have Daedalus just hold guard, and if the guy tries to get back in, we'll just say the captain's just
flagellate yourself in front of him until he gets confused.
Yeah, the captain's speaking to his officers right now. Like that's the normal thing.
Okay.
All right, so aids on the bluff. We've got Celissa is a good bluffer. She gives a plus. Let me write this down. Gives a +3. We've got Siren, who's a bard. She can bluff a little bit. 22, which is +3. Sebastian is a bard. Or not a bard, but he's a liar. He gives a +4. And then we've got Molgromere. Straight +10. So we're at a +12. Siren gave up inspired competence, so there's no way for her to boost it with Bard Song, which means
she gave up inspired competence for inspire boat not sink, which is pretty good power.
Yeah, pretty good power. All right, and then Rose with the bonus. Come on. We get a 33, rolling a 2. Oh.
Okay, you got your letter. 33 is a pretty good roll.
It's a pretty good roll. Plus, there is actually
it's actually there.
Right.
You sent somebody out to go. Like the armada is probably not enough to like take the city, but it could definitely fuck up its economy for a long time. Like it's a dedicated
the armada in a big circle outside the.
and
then Molgromere is going to suggest to the seer that they arrange themselves that way so that just in case there's any skullduggery from Bloodcove, that they have a good defensible position.
Okay.
During the negotiation. Or during the visit, right?
Yep.
We don't want anything to, we don't want any miscommunication.
Okay, you're going to want to calm yourself before the conversation with the seer. Okay, so you've got your letter written. You are effectively at the mouth of the bay. At this point, I'm going to roll because Ahmed's not here. Okay, there are ships that see you at the mouth of the bay. None of them are engaging you.
Yep.
You did notice that the two ships that went off have returned. They appear to, well, they have returned. Other vessel that they were chasing might have got away. Who knows? Who knows what happened?
Yeah, if they want to pirate, that's just helping our cause.
They might not have responded to the catcalling in the same way that you did.
Okay, Molgromere is going to talk to the seer, I guess.
Okay, the seer is currently like.
Oh, wait a second. Chum Chum might be able to aid the bluff. No, monkeys are not likable, apparently.
Chum Chum might be able to aid Molgromere's aid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. Yeah, with a -2 total, I don't think we're rolling that.
No, that is. And then you smear some monkey shit on the
There's
page.
poop on the fucking paper.
It's just some poop gets mixed in with the ink, and so just the letter smells. Okay, the seer is like speaking happily with old Mackerel and his men. They're basically holding a Stygian mass on your ship.
Yeah, Molgromere will join.
You join in the back half. The praises of Stygia are being spoken about how the Water Lord is both mutable and dynamic, representing that change is constant, but at its core, something must be specific, and the specific is water itself. They were appearing at how they were all blessed to have witnessed the destructive potential of Stygia, and will swear off all those false gods that come in his name. And basically, everybody is sworn to not like Trishina. Trishina's bad. Also, any the monsters found below are not to be trusted. There's a portion of it that's also about beware the aberrant.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the seer is a charismatic speaker. His diplomacy check for interacting with your crew or people on your ship is a 36. This is Molgromere. This is probably one of the best masses that you have attended in a couple of 3 years, maybe. There's a few temples and a few pirate captains out there that are more effective than this or more grandiose, but this man is very earnest in how his belief is very earnest.
Okay, Molgromere listens and participates in whatever.
Okay.
Mass. Probably involves drinking water.
Yep, there's drinking of water and a taste of the sea. So it's like you're drinking both fresh water and salt water. Old Mackerel and the commoners let you know, Molgromere, that if you want, they could probably go with the Reavers if they're too much of a burden. Although they prefer to get home if possible.
Yeah, Molgromere says as soon as we arrive in Bloodcove, they are free to go to the city if they wish.
Okay.
If they wish to stay with the Reavers, they can. They haven't been a burden.
Cool. He's apologizing anyway. He's a very. I'm just gonna okay, well, one of their number wants to join the Reavers. So there's one of them is. He says something about his wife has died. There's nothing he's his wife died before, and he's gonna start a new life.
Okay, well,
a life upon the sea.
Molgromere just gives a nod. He's not trying to hire the fishermen. We have new crew that we're still breaking in. So.
Yep. Okay. Thank you for your accommodations, Captain Molgromere. Your ship is truly blessed with many a fine and interesting being. He gives kind of a funny look towards Daedalus. You don't think that the Ebon Chain and the Reavers would get along very well?
He was a prisoner of his own kind. There are many here who have second lives, second chances. Sometimes it's hard to shed one's old skin.
Well, if you tie an anchor to your nipple, don't be surprised when the Stygian snatches it off to the deep.
Molgromere chuckles at that. I'll be sure to let our whipmaster know. Our aspiring whipmaster. Seer, I want to speak with you for a moment. We're heading into Bloodcove. My number one priority is to make sure that we get the Castellan's approval for you to use the port freely, to trade freely as if you were one of the 101 pirate captains. It will require me to go there and speak with him, however. In the meantime, I would ask that your armada take up a position. He points on a map. This, I think, would be the safest for you. Any ships that come here with any disagreements as to your being here, you would quickly outnumber and have great amount of firing range upon them.
And you speak to the Castellan yourself, or?
I'll speak with the Castellan, and I'll return. If I don't return, and I don't know how long it takes to get down there and back.
Oh, it'd be it's basically a 3/4 of a day sort of sail up the up the channel there, up the side of the sea.
Days?
No, 3/4 of a day. A day and a half you could go there.
If I'm not back in 3 days, then you'd assume that I have failed. And you could try one of the other ports to the south.
You would not be... If I am to return to my ship, I would expect Sodak to remain, assuming he is fulfilling his end of the agreement, until you return. Or is there another you'd rather hold in his stead? He looks at Sebastian.
So Sebastian has a power. In his bowl, he's considered to be possessing his bowl. That's the way the magic of the bowl works.
Okay.
I'm not worried about the bowl. The fish legs. So when Sebastian, give me one moment, uses a power called
Dimensional hop? Or anything similarly written to that? Or
Yeah, dimensional slide. He spends one of his arcane points to crack out a dimension. You can step through to any location. It's a move action.
We've done this before, and his legs don't go yet. He needs something that can bring another creature, or the legs have to be integrated into the bowl to become a thing. Okay. Right now, they're not a single thing.
His familiar is the one that's driving the legs.
So, if the familiar is slotted into the legs,
yes,
then it would be the familiar that would need to have the spell applied to it.
But he could dimensionally slide with his familiar.
Correct.
Okay.
As long as you're within the same 5-foot square, yeah.
So does that mean it would go with him or not?
If the familiar is controlling the legs.
Okay.
Not you.
Yeah, okay. Which,
like if the familiar is possessing the legs.
Yeah, she is the one that's doing that. You could bring Sebastian with you. I'm sure he'd like to meet the Admiral.
Okay, I need a bluff that will modify the diplomacy. And the bluff is to basically, this is a good defensive position for you, and I'm going to go negotiate, and it's all going to be cool, and I'm not starting a war under your name.
A bluff it, well, them just being here could start a war.
And they know that. The other part of this is just because they know you're starting a war under their
27,
name.
And then
Really
diplomacy would be, that's a 14, not a plus 10. So it would be 18 diplomacy.
Okay. All right. Okay, he didn't see through he doesn't know that you're like planning to start a war, so that's not factoring into his decision. Like declaring hostilities. He doesn't know you're declaring a blockade. He knows that you kind of positioned him to be like a blockade. If you put your boats like a blockade.
I mean,
yep.
If they don't follow it, there's still an armada that's hanging around.
There's still an armada hanging around in the city going, hey, we could use some stuff. Okay. And then the diplomacy. Give me a diplomacy check for the night before's conversation.
Just because that's from Molgromere or from
it's Molgromere has to lead it. Other people can aid. The people who talked to him last night could aid.
Okay.
You get a +2 for Sebastian gets a +4 on his aid check from just being very knowledgeable and helping him fill in gaps. Molgromere, you get an additional +2 from basically accommodating him on allowing him to have seawater in your cabin to anoint himself, and an additional +2 for like accommodating his sleeping needs in a way that was, in alignment.
Okay. 37.
37. Okay, the 18. He agrees that the plan seems sufficient, and he's okay with. He will bring the Sebastian to go meet the Admiral, and Sodak will be returned.
Okay.
He's okay with this as outlined.
Sebastian is kind of oblivious a little bit to the danger he might be in. He's also pretty confident in his ability to do supernatural dimension doors into a place where he can jump in the water. He's been,
and then he swims away.
He's been possessed by 13 other captains. It's like,
it's like, oh well. He's the treasure fish. Okay. The Sodak.
Yeah, I don't really want our crafter being the hard to rescue turtle man.
The 400-pound turtle man who's kind of slow and makes big bangs whenever he does anything.
Yeah.
I'll keep firing the gun in the direction until I see water.
Okay, Sodak, The on the next day, give me a diplomacy check for sort of that day, that morning. Is there any questions that you have? You were able to get yourself taken to like a warrior barracks, not to a common room full of sick and injured people. They didn't show you they're wounded.
I heal the barracks. Oh wait, I don't have channel energy. Son of a bitch. I do have I do have cure wounds, so I can just do that.
Okay. How many cures do you spend that evening?
I'll do that. Well, this is the night, right? The end of my day.
Yep.
If I hadn't spent anything, I have
you spent a crafter's fortune.
I have crafter's fortune and a water breathing.
And a water breathing. Okay.
Yeah, I have 3/4 circles, which are like cure criticals, and then 3/3, which are cure serious.
Okay. Add up the spell circles that you used, and each spell circle used to heal the people around you will add 1 to your diplomacy check to make friends in the guards barracks.
Okay. So 1 each circle?
Yeah, so a third circle would count as
8.
+3.
Okay, so 8. 1, 2, 3, and 9 is 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 27. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 34.
It's the magic turtle.
It's the magic happy turtle who runs around and goes high five. Well,
Minus 30.
here's my consumption.
33 because I suck. 38. I still suck.
Okay. 38. Okay, what are you trying to... Are you just trying to make friends? Are you trying to learn anything? You've walked in and blasted like 10 spells.
A lot more than that.
You've ripped off... You were in a highly... Well, I guess you still have a big gun and lots of armor, so you're not defenseless, but you use a massive amount of spell power to cure people and make friends. Is there anything that you're trying to... Any information that you're looking for? Are you just trying to get goodwill? Are you trying to get anything?
It's goodwill because I have a feeling Captain's gonna fuck us over. Yeah, where are they originally from? What's their story? Where are they trying to go to? Do they just live out here? Do they...
Okay, so you get stories from like amongst like the guards, right? So the dudes with the helmets and the weapons, as they pull their helmets and their hard hats off, like they're mostly humans. Some of them are like half orcs and a few other races. They come from all over the place. Some of them do say that they are from they're actually from the Choking Sunder, but most of them, like, they were either pirates or fishermen or city folk or slaves. A lot of them view themselves as being like rescued from slavery. And they live on this ship. This ship is their home. They drift about taking what they need, and in their eyes, like, they bring freedom to people. And they're like, chaos. Whee!
They'll appreciate our little ploy.
There are a lot of slaves in that city, I understand.
Yeah, they're not a fan of Bloodcove. They know that Bloodcove is a place of like slave markets and things. They are, everybody's willing to work and people should work together, and a little bit of might makes right, and they live on the seas because there are no laws on the seas. Screw you and your laws. We live on the oceans. What's your alignment?
Neutral.
Neutral? Yeah, these people are like less happy Karens. They're not evil Karens, but they're like less happy Karens. They're one step past fuck it. and have given up the way of the land. They live on the oceans. What was your total was 33?
8.
38. You do know that there's actually a sister ship out there. There is there's a sister frigate. Like there's another Tide-Reaver flotilla. So there's a second one of these frigates around there or out there somewhere. They're not certain where it was. They were apparently supposed to be rendezvousing and got split in the storm.
That'd be interesting. If you have, I understand there's ways of finding your missing family. If you have a piece of the ship,
I got you.
Your wizards and your casters will probably know this.
I probably got a piece of that junk somewhere. One of the problems with some of the scrapper boats. How long does it take until it's part of the new ship? You take apart the old one.
That's a very good question. Yes, indeed. I like to think of it as having experienced combat or some kind of storm and being weathered, having some of the salt and the blood.
I don't know if you were paying attention, my turtley friend. There was a hell of a fucking storm 3 days
Yes,
ago.
Indeed it was. Indeed it was. Indeed it was.
They gotta know where she is somewhere. I just don't know how long it'll take us to get there. This guy was able to make one in a day. How long in a day? The old guy likes you. The people that you've been healing, they're telling you their stories. They're opening up a little bit.
Cool.
They are. The guards are a little bit more like young and combative feeling, but you don't get the sense that they're like
experienced.
Give me a sense motive or a BAB check, like the BAB sense motive one. So it's either your BAB plus your wisdom, or it's your sense motive roll, whichever's higher.
Yeah, let's use that. 17.
17.
Let's see, what's my BAB?
Sure, they don't seem experienced.
Wait, my BAB 7, 5, 12. What did I roll? 8, 20.
20. No, these are like these men are like hardy warriors. Most of the normal sort of, they'd be like 6th level dudes, something like that.
That's decent.
Yeah, these aren't the run-of-the-mill guards. Like the dudes that they have you bunking with are actually more like closer to like elite guards.
I don't know if they're worried I'm gonna do some shit or if that's kind of respect.
A full turtle with cannons on his back.
The fucking seer came over and did a 36 on his perform check for the sermon. Yeah, there's a reason why Molgromere acted the way he did, but he's feeling a little sore, so he's going to take advantage of the situation. And if they're willing to pay $8,000 for a manticore. Don't worry, they're gonna get something.
Yep. Okay. All right. You do make friends with your bunkmates. I'm going to roll the percentile instead of you. Nobody comes to mess with you after you've cast all your spells in the night. Like nobody's,
Yeah, I don't use my spells for fighting.
Throwing garbage at the turtle or anything.
Were there any diseases?
Amongst the men that you cured in the barrack, I'm going to say there was a 1 in 10 chance that there was a disease amongst them. Nobody had a disease of note.
Okay, I mentioned to them that tomorrow I might be able to perform the same thing for families, if you wish, or others in general. But I'm limited, as you can see. If there are any diseases, please let me know ahead of time. Let me know in the morrow if there's any diseases that need to be looked at.
It is a big ship. There is always someone who is sick, says Bauer. Your assistance is greatly appreciated.
I will
I will prepare some spells to help with the diseases. I'll prepare a few spells to deal with diseases.
Huh.
5 or so.
Sodak is over there making friends.
Remove blindness. Remove blindness. Remove stuff like that. There's got to be one dude who blew up his face with the.
Give me an appraise check, Sodak.
Oh, wrong dude.
Give me an int check.
Praise ain't got int check. I can help you with kinda. +0. There you go.
Tasty food. The food was tasty.
Ooh, it's delicious.
All the gizzards and
this is
lips
amazing.
and assholes are like, this is delicacy on my
This is
island.
delicious.
It was a wide assortment of seafood.
You honor me greatly with this food. I will work twice as hard tomorrow.
The food was good. The food wasn't poison.
Spells out of my ass, no worries. What is fish butt? Excellent.
Okay. The next day, you can either
same thing. Do you craft the little baton there?
Okay. So they actually do they go, in the morning they're like, we could go see the families first.
Can also repair some of your ships if you wish, but whatever.
Okay. They are happy to have you go to there's a room within the ship that is segregated from some of the rest. They are looking for some. You have a heal check. You can use a heal check.
No healing check whatsoever.
Okay. There's some people that there's a woman with some blood encrusted robes that are asking for your help if you were the healer.
I ask for the healer to tell me what is wrong with her. There is a healer on the ship, and I ask him, tell me what is the problem with this person? A disease, or is
there are 3 people with diseases, and there's one person who has one person has a lameness, and then one who is blind, but they believe it should be cured by a spell.
Okay, so there's a cure. I have a cure. I prepared a cure blindness, 5 diseases, and the rest is cure. Then the rest is going to be like.
Okay. For the diseases, there's actually rolls. So give me give me 3 cast level checks. We'll see if you have to use extras because these spells are being cast.
Yeah. $11, $10, and 19.
Give me your other 2 cast level checks for the other 2.
Oh, fuck me.
Okay, you remove 3 diseases.
All right.
Oh, sorry, that's plus your caster level. Okay,
yeah.
your two extra removed diseases you still have in the tank.
Oh, nice.
You haven't cast those.
All right, cool.
Okay, remove blindness, deafness just works.
Nice.
Okay, and then there's a guy with a lameness. He's got a gimpy leg, kind of like Black Dog did. His leg didn't heal correctly.
Restoration. Or he's re-break it and try to fix that shit. I'll try restoration, lesser restoration.
Okay. Give me a roll.
Is it 1d4, I believe?
It's a d4 for lesser restoration.
All right, let's do that. What the fuck is that? 1d4. 1.
Okay, he's moving around a little bit better, but he's still it still doesn't bend properly.
He
is well rested and no longer tired or having some of his sore hip from compensating. It feels a little better.
Perhaps look at the healer. Have you thought about re-breaking it and resetting it?
she has. We don't have the. We have considered it. There's always a risk that we make it worse.
Well, I can cure some injuries. You can go ahead and try it, and hopefully you'll be better.
Okay, are you trying to say I don't know what I'm doing, or are you saying let's plow ahead?
I am not very familiar with this. I just have the abilities. No knowledge whatsoever. My knowledge has been dedicated to these. I don't brandish them, my point.
You say the hospital whipping up guns. Aha!
I point.
Okay, roll a d6.
Okay. 2.
Okay. She's able to tour you to 2 other patients that have injuries of some variety that are minor, that just need spells, before you're called away to be exchanged for Sebastian.
I haven't done the...
No, the second one, they're you've gotten far as you're going to go, and they're going to swap prisoners.
Oh.
Or prisoners is such a harsh word. They're going to swap
guests.
Basically, it was a hostage exchange.
It's a hostage exchange.
That's cool. Oh. I will miss my time with you all. Fare thee well. May the seas be kind to you.
Okay. Give me one last charisma check.
All right.
The DC is not high because you've been like the best guest ever.
What's the bonus?
Don't worry about the bonus. It's a charisma check.
I got
the other time.
-1, dude.
Well, this is the
13. Yay! So 13.
All right. You carry guns.
Yeah.
Right? A D100.
Do you want me to roll the D100?
Yes,
or?
yes, please.
Oh, okay. I thought you were doing. Sorry. 14.
14. Okay. Give me a D10.
10.
10. Okay. Give me 1 second. I need to figure out. Not that one. I need one of these. No, not quite. That's too big. I need one. Apologies for the delay on it. They're giving you a bag full with 10 bullets. The bullets are they're very strange. They're made out of this weird bone.
Okay. Thank you. What the fuck is this?
If there's a horrible dolphin, shoot it.
A horrible dolphin, you say? All right, 10.
Okay, they act as evil aligned, but they don't radiate evil. They're just when the horrible dolphins come, you can defend yourself.
It's like angel dolphin killing bullets. Don't you feel heroic?
Right on.
Oh, it's such a horrible enemy.
Okay, yeah, that's what that Chappie gives you that before you get put back on a boat.
Much appreciated, brother.
Well, Don't let nobody tell you what to do, not even if they's shiny.
Of course. Only the God.
Fuck them, that's what I say.
All right. Take care, Chopper.
Thank you, Sodak. You have a good one there. You got a fine captain. If you ever need a place to stay or somewhere to craft, we're always here.